Tonight, the round of 16 concludes. Previously, Sparks, Tenderlove, Clank Requiem and Polis all battled their way into the quarterfinals. Tonight, 8 more robots get the chance to advance to the next round. Who will move on? Who will take the next step? And who will see their tournament hopes turn to dust? The remaining competitors are ready for the final night of the round of 16. This is BASHBOTS, the round of 16. Hello everybody and welcome back to BASHBOTS. I am your host, the Dominus Ignis, and tonight, the round of 16 concludes. The remaining robots are fighting to become the BASHBOTS champion and to raise this trophy, etching their name into Garry's Wars history. Now let's take a look at our bracket. Looking at the remaining fights, we can see Umi Ryu versus GT1. 2 very impressive robots in the qualifying round. The winner of that match will face Sparks in the quarterfinals. Looking to the other side of the bracket, we can see the number 2 seeded Firewave taking on Stardust Crusader, the winner of which will be taking on the winner of the 7-10 matchup between Passive Aggression Evo and the wildcard Amethyst. And there is our first fight of the night, the 6-11 matchup between Cosmo and Dataflow. 2 veteran fighters going toe to toe. The winner of that will be taking on Clank Requiem. It's time for Cosmo to take on Dataflow. Let's take a closer look at how these 2 robots made it to the round of 16. Cosmo is one of the only robots in the qualifying round to get an out of the arena shot on his opponent Justin. The selection committee decided this performance was strong enough to give him the number 6 seed, and with no damage sustained in the battle, Cosmo is all ready for this matchup. Dataflow was matched up against Stardust Crusader. In a tense match full of huge hits, Dataflow managed to just about win the judge's decision, but it was only good enough for the number 11 seed. Let's send it down to the damn Beaver to break down the matchup.
Because the way we've seen it, these 2 robots are fighting each other right off the bat. Both have proved a lot of worth in their qualifying rounds, as Cosmo shocked builders and audience members alike as it threw Justin right out of the arena, and Dataflow shrugged off blow after blow from Stardust Crusader until the spinner choked himself into an early death. And now, these 2 proven robots stand in a rivalry to end them all, and in a few minutes time, only one will stay standing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's robot fighting time! In the red square, from the USA, it's Cosmo! In the blue square, from the UK, it's Dataflow!
Probably just going to drive wedge first, try to line up my wedge with his side wedgelet forks, whatever you want to call them, and then just smash them to pieces and then rip them apart. Yeah, that's about it.
So I haven't really got much of a strategy. I am just going to have to just wing it like I did the last fight and just stay out of his harm's way with his weapon, and I'm going to have to utilise the hazards for this one.
Dataflow wanting to prove that it is a competent robot, but Cosmo also wanting to prove that it is a competent robot.
Dataflow proved it can take on the horizontals. How about the verticals against the number 6 seed Cosmo? And both machines getting stuck in already with each other.
From the seams of it. using that front wedge on Dataflow. Nothing's been able to get under that so far, and the arena soars coming up to disrupt the gameplay of this battle.
Big hit there. Dataflow rights itself and tries to shrug off that attack though. Comes in itself, and this plucky old Hammerbot is giving a good account of itself yet again here. Trying to get at those wide front pods of Cosmo. And the vertical spinner so far can't seem to get enough attacks in as Dataflow just jabs and jives, but that's a good one. And Cosmo trying to follow it up again. And did so. Wow.
The data flow is a public file, I'm afraid, and Cosmo started downloading that data for itself, but it can't download the flow of the arena hazards, and that disrupts their brief spell of momentum. But as this fight progresses, they know more and more what Dataflow wants to do. Cosmo may only need a couple of hits that have just got to be precise, as long as they don't get flipped over by that hammer.
Yeah, it's very, very tactical, very in close quarters with each other. And we might just be waiting for a big blow, a big drive from either of these two machines. It's jabs galore at the moment. And Dataflow trying again to maneuver to those wide chunky pods. And landing another overhead swing. And another one to the side of Cosmo's weapon. And again, this is a good spell from Dataflow as we enter the last minute of this fight. With Cosmo responding again. Really good stuff.
Taking a big hit there. The number of hits is well in Dataflow's favour, but you have to imagine the amount of damage is favouring Cosmo at the moment, especially with a direct hit to the underside of Dataflow, taking it towards the arena corner. This is not one of the Uta zones, but they found a way to hook the hammer behind the wall. Just about comes back in, but the floor flipper is moving too.
Absolutely incredible period of play there. Dataflow has hung on incredibly, but could that maybe be the big moment in this fight? The big moment in the corner where there was the most danger, and now Cosmo in the last 30 seconds will really be looking to push home, and it's in behind and hitting Dataflow again. Can Dataflow recover? It's in another corner here. Danger, Cosmo closing, hitting, spinning, Dataflow nearly out. And there goes another bit of those attached horns at the top. What a fight this has been.
Impossible for Dataflow, but they need to not be taking any more attacks. They need to be delivering and showing what they can do. Suddenly this is slipping away from them right now until Cosmo decides to drive into the wall, but I don't think that's going to earn Dataflow any points exactly. Close, but suddenly the 6th seed looking really strong in the closing stages. That was the first hit from Dataflow, showing that it had the better wedge, but seemingly Cosmo was able to chip away at the front of Dataflow as they were winning the wedge exchanges as the battle drew on. And if Cosmo could get underneath Dataflow, then that spelled massive danger.
The judges' results are in. The winner by unanimous decision is Cosmo!
And on an extremely close judges' decision, Cosmo will move on to the quarterfinals, and unfortunately Dataflow is out of the tournament. It's time for our next fight of the night, where we will see Passive Aggression take on the wildcard of Amethyst.
The road to redemption is a long one. Just take a look at Amethyst. It was a very close judges' decision to attend along, but then it blazed its way through the wildcard run when here it is. As the highest rated wildcard, there are some big shoes to fill, and that terrifying weapon might just get its chance to shine again, as it takes on Passive Aggression Evo and its 27kg weapon. This battle could very well be over in a single hit, and if it is, it's gonna be an explosive one.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's robot fighting time! In the red square, from the UK, it's Amethyst! In the blue square, from the USA, it's Passive Aggression Evo!
So we're both technically spinners. He has a front wedge, I have a front wedge. We're somewhat similar. I have a bit more range and I'm lower, and my spinner's lower than his, so I could probably hit the wheels, and that's going to be my main tactic. That being said, his spinner's high enough to knock my Shremek off, so I'm going to have to just get rid of those wheels as soon as possible before he knocks my Self-Rider off. It's definitely going to be a fight that's not going to make it the full 3 minutes. It's going to be a KO from either side. It could go either way.
Go on then, passive aggression Evo. What was your opponent saying to you there? He could have been saying anything. Go on, tell us. I bet you know.
The round of 16 is here, and 2 horizontal spinners will meet.
Part of said spinner. That's the top Shremek, so not affecting the weapon's mobility, but ramming it into a wall will do that. Amethyst moving at such a pace that it's tearing up the floor with its back hinges, and it's dominating this battle right now.
And this is a bit of a shocker early on. Passive aggression Evo was stunning in round 1, and that's a really big hit from Amethyst! And on towards the screws! Well, Amethyst, it's certainly not conventional all the time, but it seems to have the wildcard factor enough to upset machines like Passive Aggression Evo, and Amethyst is the one evolving here. And will it be progressing through to the next round? It certainly made the start to suggest it will, and could it get that KO blow of turning over Passive Aggression, I wonder?
Yes, that wedge on Amethyst is just perfect for deflecting Passive Aggression Evo up into the air, and it's even out-wedged the other wedge on occasion during this battle. So, for Passive Aggression Evo to win this now, they'd have to get around the sides, but first they've got to get back over, and I don't think they can. That Shremek was torn off instantly. They're just going to have to try and build up as much energy as they can, but the countdown is going. They've only got a few seconds to bring themselves back, and I don't think they will.
Very, very impressive from Amethyst, and there it is confirmed. That will be moving through. Passive Aggression out!
There you go, Amethyst. They had to work their way through the wildcard rumbles just to be here, but they've come back and taken a really notable win here over the 7th seed Passive Aggression Evo, knocking it into the air as we saw. This was not close whatsoever. It was Amethyst from start to finish, and we got the KO. Over it went. There we see again. There's no coming back from that.
Bringing in our first upset of the tournament, Amethyst knocks out Passive Aggression Evo. They will face the winner of Firewave versus Stardust Crusader, which we will see later tonight. Before that, we will see the 8-9 matchup between Umi Ryu and GT1. This is sure to be a very close matchup, so let's send it down to the Dan Beaver to break it down.
The closest matchup in the bracket seeding wise, 2 robots that may have fallen behind compared to the highest seeded brothers finally get their chance to shine. GT1 got their win over Sancho in Battles Pass, and Umi Ryu managed to get past the stone wall that is Wild Power to get their win. Now they stand in each other's way on the road to stardom, and that one last step to stand up there with the tournament favourites. The battle for recognition begins now.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's robot fighting time! In the red square, from the UK, it's GT1! In the blue square, from the United Kingdom, it's Umi Ryu!
In this, I'm gonna try and tank as many spinner hits as I can. While I'd usually try and dance around to the target, it's not gonna be easy in an arena like this with hazards left, right, and center.
My strategy for this fight is fairly basic, really. Just try and attack the sides as much as possible. Maybe if I'm lucky, take out the weapon support, but I highly doubt it because he's a seriously good driver, and it's going to be a really close fight, I feel.
Well, by seeding, this is the most even contest here, the 8th seed versus the 9th. But GT1, Jolu's build are not happy with that seeding. They got the quickest knockout of the first round.
Lights out and away we go with GT1 and Umi Ryu.
And away we go to the arena walls with a huge slam. GT1 is upside down but using the grinder to self-right. But it goes so high it's landed on its back again. But here it go.
Ooh.
And take it down and go to the wheel.
Wow, Umi Ryu
And there
with
goes the
another hit.
spoiler. They've broken the NDA. They've gone online and they've told you the winner of BASHBOTS. But coming back in with a huge blow anyway, Umi Ryu bashed back.
Really good exchanges here. Umi Ryu certainly has got the damage done so far, but GT1 trying to come back. As it
Trying
goes
to break the land speed record. Going up in the air and Umi Ryu doing backflips over the spikes. Is a really even contest. How are these robots holding up to such big blows?
You can see why it's 8v9, but there goes everything off of GT1. One way to lose the drum, one way to lose the tyre, and Umi Ryu is certainly coming home with victory here now. Flipped over his GT1, and that must be GT1 all but done. Wow!
Well, GT1, they got the quickest win by knockout in the first round, and I think they've got the quickest loss by knockout in the second round here. Umi Ryu is playing with its food now. They know that GT1 is beyond repair. They just want to rip it up even more. And there goes the wheel. Well, they weren't going to need it anyway. Just left sliding across the arena floor. Umi Ryu, I think they were the underseeded one in the end, not GT1. Oh, they go again.
Well, that's one way to have a fight. Brilliant. Even, maybe not.
Well, it certainly was in the opening exchanges we got those big hits. But Umi Ryu, they managed to find the back of GT1, ripping the spoiler away. And as soon as you put a spoiler... I don't even have words. The damage was just too insane.
And absolutely decimating GT1, Umi Ryu advances to the quarter-finals, where it will unfortunately have to face the number 1 seeded Sparks. It's time for our final fight of the night and of the round of 16. The 2 seed Firewave will be taking on the 15 seed Stardust Crusader. The last spot in the quarter-finals is up for grabs.
The second seed Firewave captured hearts and terrified many as it tore Mygronic to pieces, becoming a firm favourite for the title, especially with its unique weakness giving a lot of matches some unexpected tension. Facing them is Stardust Crusader, whom after losing to Dataflow they were spinning like a wheel of fortune as they won the Wildcard Rumble. 2 highly fancy spinners facing each other? We just can't wait to see which of these 2 will bite the dust. But when the smoke clears, there will only be one robot left to continue the journey, to be the best in the world!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's robot fighting time! In the red square, from France, it's Firewave! In the blue square, from the UK, it's Stardust Crusader!
So our strategy here is going to be fairly simple. Just get up to speed, hit him head on, and hopefully, since he's a tombstone-like design, it's going to probably go flop around quite a bit on the hits, and hopefully that may leave his chassis or his wheels exposed, so he can potentially land a good shot and like tear out his wheels or like destroy the frame. That's basically the plan here.
Strategy is pretty simple. Try and get around the sides, try and break his drive at least on one side. That way I can just dispose of him at my leisure if I can do that.
An international affair, but Firewave, the second seed, Stardust Crusader down in 15th because they had to come through the wildcard rumbles. This would be a huge upset.
Here we go. Our number 3 seed had a bit of a worry. Clank Requiem. Can Firewave show us how it's done in convincing style here? It's horizontal v horizontal.
I think it certainly can, just colliding, not even driving forwards, but just smashing Stardust Crusader away.
Oh.
With the pure power of its own weapon, but is that a tiny wheel of sorts?
It is.
Oh.
It looks like it. And is it from Firewave? Stardust Crusader's tyres are red. This is very interesting! Wow! That's more than interesting! That's explosive from our arena spikes! As we still...
Crusader taking more and dealing more damage all at once. That's another wheel gone!
Yes, our number 2 seed is in trouble! The Stardust Crusader goes airborne. It's not exactly controlled, but it's causing the bigger damage out of the 2 here. Our number 2 seed bouncing, worried.
The bounce effect on Firewave. Stardust Crusader sent slamming away. Every single hit they've got on Firewave has caused critical damage, but they're still managing to take more in response.
It's overturned. Oh, there's the
But the Shremak bringing Firewave back into this, but how many wheels do they even have? Seemingly none, by the look of this. Firewave, I think they're going to have to get counted out here.
The fire is not burning bright. Firewave, it needs to show life, but there's the count out. The number 15 seed here has done the impossible. It's destroyed it. No movement, no chance. KO!
One last hit is going to take away their own armor and boot them out of the arena. Well, it's a good job they didn't do that before the count.
Sensational!
But they will be moving on to the top 8 of this competition, the quarterfinals, knocking Firewave away. Look at these hits. Every single blow was critical. There was little control from Stardust Crusader, but the damage output was insane. The flight power was insane. And Firewave, they can only self-right once, and the second time went over. Ugh.
And with the biggest upset of the tournament, the number 15 seed Stardust Crusader defeats Firewave, moving on to the quarterfinals. Tonight, we saw Cosmo, Amethyst, Umiryu and Stardust Crusader all advanced to the quarterfinals. Join us next time when all 8 remaining robots will step into the box for the quarterfinals. From all of us here at BASHBOTS, we thank you so much for watching and we hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you all soon, but until then, good night.